Good evening, friends. This video is meant for all candidates who are appearing for competitive exams or the children of class 9, 10, 11 who are working on grammatical items. Some of these sentences that often come in exam that consist of several errors. Every sentence has some or the other error, and the error may be in conjunction or in conditional, or the error may be in tense, or the error may be in any structure or any grammatical item. Let us see some of the sentences. There is a sentence: unless you come, I shall go with you. Unless always refers to a negative statement. So when you use unless, or when you begin a clause with unless, the second sentence must be negative, because unless has a negative sense. So the right answer should be: unless you come, I shall not go with you. Or unless you work, you will not succeed. You never say unless you work, you will not succeed. This unless you work, you will not succeed. Unless you work hard, you will not succeed. So double negative cannot be there. So unless itself is negative, so simply say unless you come, I shall not go with you. So one negative statement has to be there. We must eat as we can live. See, there is a wrong connector here. We must eat so that we may live. What is the purpose of our taking food? So that we can survive. So we must eat so that we can live. She needed a long rest where she was tired. Actually, what was the reason of her need for taking long rest? As she was tired, so there is a cause for her tiredness and for rest, and therefore, instead of as, you have to use because. She needed a long rest because she was tired. So the wrong conjunction has been used. This is the place when accident occurred. Actually, the place is always referred by where, not by when. When he refers to time. So this is the place where the accident happened or occurred. Then, unless you do not behave properly, you will be punished. Actually, again, unless itself is negative, so there is no question of do not. So unless you behave properly, you will be punished. Yes, unless you behave properly, you will be punished. That is because unless never takes negative. Unless you do not behave properly is a wrong statement. The clause must be unless you behave properly, you will be punished. Can you tell me, as you were absent yesterday? Can you tell me why were you absent yesterday? Okay, I want to know that you will help me in this case. I want to know whether you will help me in this case. When you just begin a statement, I want to know whether you will come. I want to know whether you will help. I want to know whether you will go there. So the right conjunction is whether. Okay, since the match began, it started raining. Since the match began, it started raining. Since the match has begun, it started raining. I am glad to know if she was succeeded. I am glad to know that she was succeeded, or she had succeeded. All who glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold. Actually, the right answer is all that glitters is not gold. He must apologize unless he wants to escape punishment. He must apologize if he wants to escape punishment. So unless will be replaced by if. I'm glad to know that if she has come. I'm glad to know that she has come. He must apologize, yes, unless he wants. If he wants to escape punishment. The doctor said whether the patient will soon recover. The doctor said that the patient will recover soon. The police are sure how he is the culprit. The police is sure why he is a culprit. He felt impatient, so the train was late. He felt impatient as the train was late. As also refers to reason. Everybody knows which he loves his country. Everybody knows that he loves his country. So there are certain grammatical mistakes in these sentences. and that therefore we have to actually look into certain grammatical structures, like wrong use of conjunction must be corrected, wrong use of preposition must be corrected, and wrong use of clauses must be corrected. Like, I'm glad to know that he has succeeded. This is the right answer. Actually, when you are writing, I'm glad to know why he has succeeded. In place of why, you write that. And similarly, there are certain grammatical items which need to be understood by every competitive candidates. For instance, if you are taking a sentence like, the boy which is playing outside is my brother. Actually, when you are referring to a human being, use who in place of which. The boy who is playing outside is my brother. Most of the books who are on your shelf have become outdated. Most of the books which are on your shelf, actually, for all those, things, we use the conjunction which, and for human being we use the conjunction who. So that is how we discriminate and correct the grammatical items, and that is how we can really make a mastery of all these grammatical items. Thank you very much.